and you'll see the way. Um, we're at camp, and I just did a little tutorial that I posted a short about how to do a campfire. Go check it out. I can guarantee you every time you'll have the perfect campfire. Because look, we have the perfect campfire. Perfect campfire. Perfect campfire. It's cottonwood. So what it does is this cottonwood will, in about 30 minutes, I got coals to cook a trout on. If you use cottonwood, it's not a good, you know, use a fireplace at home because you go through it too quick. But out here camping, it's the perfect wood to use for a trout, like to cook a trout. When I used to guide in Alaska and all over, everybody wanted to eat the fish they caught. So of course, I'm really good at cleaning fish. I'm really good at getting a fire going, and they don't want to wait 3 hours because if you use charcoal briquettes, it takes a long time to get a fire going. That's gonna, you could cook a trout on because you don't want to cook a trout too fast. You got to do it, kind of slow. But she wanted to go ahead and eat the steaks tonight. So what I was going to do was go live for a few minutes here, show you all camp. You can meet the wife, all that good stuff. Check out the campfire. Go check out the tutorial I did on the campfire, and show you camp because we've got a beautiful place. And we didn't set up the other tent yet because usually we have three here because we use this. This is our hunting camp. We have a beautiful view of the Snake River. You just walk out there. Cool thing is people come by, they can't see us. Like you literally cannot see this camp from the river, so which is right there over my shoulder. That's the Snake River. We're on a slough here that's absolutely beautiful. I'll take you down and show you. And I'm sorry I didn't give you all a heads up about going live. I know it's been a crazy couple of days. We ended up cutting out concrete yesterday that I didn't really want to do because I wanted to be ready for down here. But see, we have a beautiful slough, and that runs up and dead ends into a spring at the end of that. And there's Go Devil. Yay. And then it runs out of the Snake River. So we've been camping here for 15 years. And again, this is my hunting camp. So we leave this camp out here. And the people who live here know, or the people that run the river, and some of the guys know there's camps here. So if something were to happen, they know that there's first aid, there's food, there's water, there's a place to stay, there's a heater, there's always stuff in here. So if somebody gets in a bind, the locals know they can come here, and it's Radar's camp. They can come hang out. So anyway, Redhead is coming back from the shower, or from the toilet. I will show you guys. Say hi, Nancy. Hey, y'all. She had her vocal cord severed when she had a surgery on her neck a few years ago, which is, she can't talk quite as loud, so I can't hear her because I can't hear from flying crop dusters and airplanes all my life and shooting as a cop. And anyway, I got to show you all this because if you want a really cool toilet when you go camping, I built this and everybody was like laughing at me till they used one of these chairs and you cut a hole in it and then you mount and you've got a portable toilet. And so what we do is we dig a hole, of course, out back here. This is our latrine area. We'll dig a hole, and it is so nice to be able to sit down on a toilet while you're camping and use the restroom. And so if you've never seen anything like this, and it didn't cost me much, these chairs were like, back in the day, they were like 15 bucks. I think they're like $30 now. And the toilet seat's just a cheap toilet seat. And I bolted it to the bottom. So you just drill 4 holes in it, 4 holes bolted to the bottom. There's your toilet. And of course we have a shovel because we usually dig a deep hole. And do everything right because I don't leave in camp. So anyway, this is walking back through all our stuff. We usually put a tent right there. There's an 8-man tent that goes there. My orthopedic surgeon who's done all my surgeries, he hunts with us. That's his campsite. And this is out here. We'll put a tent right there tomorrow. And this is it. So I figured we'd go live while we're cooking. The fire that I just did the tutorial on, that I told you guys, hey, here's how you do a fire. It's been, how long's it been? Like 15 minutes? Yeah, like 15 minutes, and look at those coals. If we'd have gone and caught a trout first, perfect coals to throw a trout on. Those coals won't last very long, but... So again, if you guys chat and all that stuff, I'm sorry, we're gonna cook dinner. I figured I'd go live here real quick. I'm gonna mount y'all to the... I'm sorry, I just don't want to shut it off. We'll put y'all on the little gimbal here, and I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm going to turn you guys sideways. And then that way, well, I was going to try to turn you all sideways. I don't want to turn you all sideways. Oh, come on. Sometimes this thing does really stupid stuff, and I don't know why.
Mechanical.
Well, it's just, it's probably made in China.
Japan.
Oh, I see what the problem is. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, there we go. So let me turn this back on. Again, I don't edit, so you get what you get. There we go. Yeah. So there's camp. We're cheating tonight. We're cooking on the stove. I got that little grill that I've had for a long time. Hey, Ghostface, how are you doing? How are you tonight? I hope everybody's doing well. Like and subscribe. I'm just going live for a little while now, and I'm going, hey, Ghostface, I appreciate you hopping on. I'm going to fix some steaks. I asked the wife, do you want to eat first, or do you want to go fishing first? Good, Eric. How are you doing tonight? I hope y'all are good. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday night. Like I said, I was just going to go live for a few minutes while we're cooking and tell y'all where we're at, show y'all camp, because you could go back and look and see how our camp is. I'm good, Eric. I'm on the river. I'm on the Snake River in Idaho in the middle of nowhere. Fan Hall, hey, how you doing, man? Y'all like and subscribe. We do a lot of fun stuff, because that's what I was about to say. Wake up. Greetings from Maine. I love Maine. Used to go up there all the time. I used to drive and fly bands.
My niece and nephew are there.
Yeah, is it?
My niece and her husband, Stacy.
Where are they at?
They're in Bah Harbor last time.
Bah Harbor. So we have family in Bah Harbor. Love Maine. Used to take bands to. We didn't go all over Maine with the bands when I was driving and flying. And the other thing is, I'm armed. A lot of people ask about this. The reason is we have moose here, like you do in Maine, and everybody, epic pickle. That's pretty good. Nice to meet you, man. Lost Network. I was scrolling past like 10 or 15 other streamers. You're the first one to be. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Again, I'm gonna cook some stuff, so I don't answer you. Wake up. Wake up says it's 1 hour from where she's at.
Cool.
But I'm armed because we have a lot of moose here, and the moose right now have babies, which calves. And I was a bear guide in Alaska and used to take people to kill bears with bows, big brown bears. And I'm not scared of bears. A moose with a calf is the most dangerous critter on the planet, because and I'm sure that she wake up will tell you, yep, absolutely, that moose they're mean. And they don't give you any warning. A bear will give you some warning. Like, they'll pop their teeth and all that, and they'll bluff charge you. But a moose, no, she'll just come stomp your ass. And last year, there was a guy who was turkey hunting here in the spring last year, and he walked in. We ended up naming her Matilda. He walked in on a cow moose with two calves, and she proceeded to stomp his ass, punctured a lung, broke a couple ribs. He only had a shotgun, so he shot, and he was trying to do the right thing. He shot twice in the air, trying to get her off of him, and he finally had to shoot her. Well, he ended up hitting her in the face and took out her right eye. And the reason I know that is because I used to work for Fish and Game. They had called and they were trying to find her with the moose, because they would come kill the moose. And she's got two calves. I was hoping they wouldn't find her. Well, they didn't find her, thank God, because I'm hunting all that. But, go take out a moose. That's just not cool, just because she stomped some guy's ass because he walked in on her and her calves. She did what mamas do. So anyway, we saw her later. She was right here at camp, and I got a picture of her on the game cam, and you could see the damage. She was blind in her right eye, but she still raised those two calves to adulthood, because we watched her all year.
She was our security system.
Yeah, she actually came and stayed in camp. I'll have to post some pictures of that, because they would come bed down in camp when we weren't here, and we were laughing. Like, if anybody were to come in and steal anything, we had to watch Moose, because she's badass, man. She already kicked some guy's ass. And she wasn't in a good mood, but her and I got along. She'd walk right through camp with me sitting here. She didn't care, because I've been talking to her. She was used to me, and she knew I wasn't going to mess with her. Now, I wouldn't go try and pet her or the calves, give them their space, but we just let them do their thing. But I do carry because of that, because you just never know. And I don't want to see my wife get stomped by a moose, or me either. I would try to scare her off and not shoot her, but if I had to, it's a 40 Smith & Wesson. It'll take out a moose. Yep. They do damage if you mess with them. A moose calf weighs about 400 pounds. A cow weighs 700 to 900 pounds. A bull moose, yep. That's about right in the lower 48. I was a guy in Alaska everything up there is twice that size. The Alaska Yukon moose is the largest moose in the world. They're the same moose that are in Russia, but in Russia they call them elk. They don't call them a moose, which got me all screwed up when I went over there because they're talking about all the elk, and I'm like, I didn't even know y'all had elk over here. Well, they call them moose and elk in Russia, but they're the Alaskan Yukon moose, which are twice to three times the size of these Shiras mooses that are the moose that are here. Anyway, so we're gonna cook. I got the campfire going. I mean, I think you guys could see it. I did a tutorial a minute ago on how to make the perfect campfire. That is it, because we could put a trout on there. Well, she just put some more stuff on there to get it burning, but we had perfect coals for a trout. Anyway, we're doing ribeye steaks. But can you die from a moose, Ghostface? Absolutely. Sorry, Eric. Take care. Have a good like and subscribe. Come back and see us, man. They will kill you. And I've had a moose come after me in Anchorage that if she'd have got to me, she'd have killed me. And I dove through a garage door that was coming down, and she actually went through the garage door and crushed the garage door in. She didn't get in to get me, but it was just, yeah. Like I say, a moose, they don't give you any warning. Their ears go back and they come after you. They're that quick. And my buddy said the only thing that saved me was when she hit the pavement. I was running, and when she hit the pavement and turned, she slipped. And I made it to the garage, and he was shutting the garage door, and I slid under the garage door, and I thought he was kidding me. Like, he kept running, run, as he was running into the house, and I'm like, and I'm glad I didn't stop. And when I slid under the door was coming down. It was just this big crash, and I jumped up and ran to the back bedroom because so sorry about that. Ghostface, Yachi, if you guys are still here, I appreciate it. Apparently, the phone got hot because it was sitting in the sun. It's 97 degrees today. So we're kind of in a bad place. But anyway, those of you who joined, I hope y'all like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We're going to cook some supper here. And then I'm going to, it'll save this, I think, when we go, live. I just don't want to put it in the sun because apparently your thing gets hot. And then I lose you guys. So I appreciate the understanding because everybody's usually really cool about that kind of stuff. So we're cheating tonight. We're using the grill instead of cooking over the fire because Nancy hadn't caught a trout yet. So we're doing ribeye steaks.
I haven't been fishing yet this year.
She hadn't been fishing yet this year, so tonight's the night she's gonna catch a huge brown trout. Thanks, Wake Up. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in here. Sorry about that.
It's really hard to catch a fish if you haven't been fishing.
Yeah, that's true. And she worked her butt off. I'm retired, broke down, and can't move very good days. And anyway, Wake Up. Please like and subscribe. I'd really like to talk. I love Maine. Maine's one of my favorite states. It's just it's back east, and I had to come out here where there's not many people. Not that I don't like people, but it's people-y back east, and Idaho's pretty sparse, although there's a lot of people coming here. So anyway, we're going to cook. What I was going to do was go live. I got some friends that asked me to go live and show them camp and that, and this thing will save it. But here at about an hour or so, I'm going to run up to our brown trout hole. There's a place that if the water is above 3 foot, about 3.5 foot on the Snake River, there's a place behind my buddy's house, a friend of mine that he passed away a couple years ago. He was a cowboy extraordinaire, super good guy. And the COVID shot killed him. He had MS, and his doctor, to this day, I don't understand why his doctor with the MS, the multiple sclerosis that he had, wanted him to get the shot, and he got the first shot, and he got really sick. And then his doctor talked to him and made him get the second shot, and he passed away from it. I mean, like, we were at his house, on a Sunday, and he died on Tuesday. And he was sick when we saw him, but we were trying to help him do some stuff around the house. There was a bird in the wall. Anyway, so up behind his place, there's 4 holes in the river where the main river used to run through. The holes are like 35 to 40 foot deep. And then if you go about 100 yards upstream from that, there's a rift that comes through there, and those big brown trout, especially right before dark, they'll get down in there and just go nuts. And I caught a 28-inch one there last year, a 26-inch brown trout there last year, quite a few rainbows, and it was the biggest brown trout I've seen up here. It was over 30 inches, but it was just a huge brown trout. So we're gonna I figured I'd go live. I refused the second shot myself. The first one slapped me sideways for like 2 weeks. Lost Network said, yeah, I didn't get any of them because I'm like, I, I'm a crop duster. That's my main thing was I was a crop duster. I've been around chemicals my whole life. And in order for Roundup, you guys have heard all the Roundup stuff and how bad the glyphosate is and all that. So Roundup is made to kill things. It took them 13 years to get Roundup approved to be used, restricted use, because it came out, I think, like 77. Because as a crop duster, we were using it before y'all ever even heard of it. It's a herbicide. And it took 13 years to get that approved to use to kill things. But yet they're going to give me a vaccine that 4 months and you're going to put that in my body. There's no way in hell, because I know. And the thing with the heart enlarging and stuff, one of my buddy's son who was about to go in the Marine had to get the shot to go in the Marines. His heart enlarged, and then later they were like, oh yeah, side effect of this, if you're between 18 and 21 or whatever it was, or 25 for young males, your heart will enlarge. And it damn near kept him from going to the Marines. So thank goodness that we didn't, Nancy or I, either one. Again, I'm not an anti-vax kind of guy. I'm a kid. I had all the vaccines, but I don't think you need 76 of them. And I try not to talk about politics and that kind of stuff on here, but yeah, there's no way. And I'm healthy. I caught COVID, twice? And I was sick the first time like flu. The second time was a little worse. Boy, I was a chief deputy coroner, and when that stuff first came out, I called because we get at the coroner's office, of course, when something like that's coming, we get a heads up about it. I called the coroner and I said, hey, what's up with this COVID stuff? And he said, SARS. And I'm like, okay, well, what's with all the toilet paper crap? And he said, idiots. And I'm like, so it's not a diarrhea? He's like, no, it's SARS. He said, but it is more contagious than the 2 or 3 SARS events we had prior to that. And he told me, you might want to go catch it. Like, don't be licking toilet seats or anything. But if you get a chance and somebody's sick and you get it, it probably would be a good thing. So your immune system will get, that's why God put us together. You catch something, your immune system kicks its ass, and now you're immune to it, or you build immunity to it. And that's why I'm like, all right, no way in hell. Anyway, I didn't mean to get on that tangent. I just, yeah, we're not doing any of that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bail on the live stream, like and subscribe. In probably about an hour, I'm going to take this tripod. We're going to run up to my brown fishing hole for my brown trout. We're going to try and get Nancy a big brown trout. So I guarantee you we'll catch fish. There's always fish up there. And the water's right. It's just the right. It's not super clear yet, but it's because they've been dumping water for irrigation further downstream. But the water is not clear. It's just muddy enough that it'll make for really good fishing, because when it's a little bit stained, the fish can't see the bait as well, and it helps with your bait because it looks more natural. So hopefully we're going to go down, catch a big brown trout. So please like and subscribe. Again, we're going to be out here at camp all weekend. My buddy's coming out. My vet is coming out. We're going to put in a bunch of tree stands tomorrow. We got the fire going. Hopefully Nancy will catch a big brown trout and we can do that. There's my wife. She doesn't get on here very much, but so anyway, I'm sorry about that thing going dead on y'all. It just got hot and it said you can't use it because it was too hot. So I'm still learning at this. When I had my TV show, those people did all the work. I just kind of went and fished. So anyhow, thanks for joining me. Again, I'm going to bail on this so I can save my battery, charge my battery up so we can go down there and catch a big brown trout. But I know it's getting late on the East Coast. But check it out tomorrow because it'll be saved, and hopefully you'll get to see us catching a huge brown trout. My name's Matt. They call me Radar. My wife is Nancy. It's really nice to meet you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. And if you can, wake up if you're going to be up, because it says wake up. Yeah, it's 9:30. Where are you at, Lost Network? He said it's 9:30 there, so he's got to be back east. Yeah, because it's 7:30 here. So, like I say, she wanted to eat first. I was like ready to run down and try and catch a trout to throw on the fire. Because hopefully tomorrow night, I'll show you all how to do a campfire brown trout or rainbow that's absolutely delicious. It's like my wife's favorite fish when we cook it that way, because it's just, I did it for a living for a lot of years when I was guiding. So Toronto, Canada, love that place, man. So I was a tour bus driver and I was a pilot, and I used to fly and drive bands. I have been out with Nelly Furtado, Billy Talent, Alexis on Fire, the Creep Show. They're really good friends. So I was in Toronto all the time, and Dallas Green's wife, Leia, who was on, she was a VJ for Canadian MTV. God, I can't remember what it's called, but it was Canada MTV. Yeah, I can't think of it. Anyway, I used to take, hey Jim, how you doing? I used to, when I get off a tour, I would carry Dallas into the studios over my shoulder and take him to Leia and drop him on the floor and say, I'm done with him. You can have him back. I mean, I love Canada, man. It's a great place. I don't know why we're fighting with them right now about whatever, but Canada's awesome. So anyway, Jim, like and subscribe, man. We're going to go catch a brown trout here in a few minutes. So I'm going to get off here and finish supper because I'm probably burning these steaks. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. We'll be back in just a little while so we can go play with some trout. See y'all in a few.